Coming up on AgweekTV, as the government shutdown continues, food banks struggle to fill the need as SNAP benefits are set to end. A new study shows how cost-share programs help farmers adopt conservation programs on their land.
The U.S. cattle industry has been quick to speak out against President Donald Trump's plan to quadruple beef imports from Argentina.
And a Minnesota farm boosts its bottom line with a line of healthy sunflower oils. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. As the government shutdown goes on, SNAP benefits are ending as we start November. That's drawing concerns for people who may go hungry. It may also take a bite out of farm income, especially for smaller producers who accept SNAP payments. I met with Great Plains Food Bank in Fargo, North Dakota to see what they're doing to help fill the gap.
Alone in North Dakota, that is 48,000 people on SNAP that need that extra assistance.
Government employees have now missed a full paycheck, leading many to need food from the Great Plains Food Bank. The government shutdown is also impacting the SNAP program.
SNAP is as a federal program, and it's such a big program. It is proven to be the hunger's most effective hunger relief program. The government shutdown has thrown some curveballs in a few ways, and even federal workers or contractors who are starting to miss their paychecks are being impacted. If you don't have that paycheck, you have to start making hard choices of, do you pay for food or do you pay your rent? This is a time where many people who may have never seen them needing to use a food pantry before are in a spot where it could be really beneficial for them or their families, and we want them to know that they can access food pantries if they need assistance.
The Great Plains Food Bank distributes food to all of North Dakota's counties, as well as Clay County in Minnesota. To combat this extra need for food, they are now holding a fundraiser to help fill the gap.
Starting to help ramp up. Right now we're kind of undergoing an emergency fundraising campaign to help source an additional 1 million pounds of food so that we can get that out in the hands of our partner pantries and the neighbors who need it. To put that kind of into perspective, we source about 1 million pounds of food each month, so we'd be really ramping up efforts to make sure that our neighbors have what they need in a time of uncertainty.
It's a challenging time for many, but the Great Plains Food Bank says they are up for the challenge.
Our office honestly is feeling energized because even though this is a crisis and many people are needing assistance, that is exactly what we are set up to do at the food bank. And so we're here to support those who need it.
If you would like to donate to the Great Plains Food Bank, please visit their website. Livestock producers in the cattle market have been in a state of shock the last couple of weeks. Historically high beef prices led President Trump to increase beef imports from Argentina to cut prices at the grocery store. But as Jenny Schleck reports, the situation is complex, and this is not likely to fix anything.
U.S. cattle ranchers have been frustrated by President Trump's move to quadruple beef imports from Argentina, and also troubled by comments he made indicating that ranchers should reduce beef prices.
I'm an America First type of guy, and my impression was that doesn't sound too America First to me.
August Heupel is the 5th generation on this crop and livestock farm he runs with several members of his family in central North Dakota. He's also vice president of the Independent Beef Association of North Dakota, or IBAND. He's among the many ranchers across the U.S. questioning the movements of the cattle markets, along with the federal government actions.
I'm biased, but I think we have the best beef here, and I'd like to see our beef production ramp up domestically rather than pulling in imports to fill the gap.
Drought has cut cattle production around the country in recent years, leading to higher prices. Bill Bullard, CEO of RCAF USA, stresses that cattle producers don't set beef prices and rarely benefit from price increases. And he says increasing imports isn't the way to fix the problem. He'd like to see imports cut, country of origin labeling mandated, and meat packer concentration and antitrust issues in the industry addressed.
This is the time to make the reforms so that the consumer beef prices are determined by competitive market forces. That will ensure that consumers receive an affordable, competitive, and equitable price that they pay for beef, and that cattle producers will receive their competitive share of that consumer beef dollar.
Cattle producers say reforms in their industry are long overdue to ensure Americans have high-quality, affordable beef, but they say this is not the way to do it.
It makes you question things a little bit, why the cattle producer is the one left holding the bag at the end of the day, because we're just fundamentally nothing has changed from 2 weeks ago.
In Medina, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
Bullard also says this is the worst time of year for this to happen because many producers in the northern tier of the United States are selling their entire year's production right now. That means producers are going to have smaller income for their entire year. He says this could spell disaster for domestic producers in an industry that has already lost half its producers in the last 2 decades. Checking beef cattle for pregnancy is a management practice that could save ranchers in the long run. Working with a veterinarian to come and preg test will cost ranchers upfront, but will help them determine which of their cattle aren't pregnant. This allows ranchers to make an informed decision on whether it makes sense to keep the open cattle in their herd, both from an economical standpoint and a herd productivity standpoint as well.
It's not cheap to feed cattle throughout the year, and yearly feed costs are usually one of the more expensive parts of raising cattle. And so identifying those animals, those females that are not going to produce a calf or produce revenue the following year, the sooner you can do that, economically, that's your best option.
Quayle also advises ranchers to work with their vet and decide when it's the best time for heifers to calve. In addition, she says making sure the females that are going to be bred are in good body condition, as it's important, as this helps with colostrum quality. Up next on AgweekTV, a Minnesota farm is turning its sunflowers into a line of healthy oils.
Fertilizer bills cutting into your bottom line? With New Age Farming's Mycomax and Bionic, farmers are already saving $50 to $100+ per acre while building bigger root systems that tap nutrients already in your soil and the atmosphere. Less leaching, more water to every plant, and stronger yields across your acres. See how much you can save. Visit farmfungi.com and check out the Pick Your Profit program today.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
If you're thinking about upgrading dryers, which I think in today's world where there's so much more corn around to get a hold of advanced grain, we were able to cover for 20% more acres and probably 20% less time this year, mostly due to the dryer.
Our combines ran longer and harder than they've ever run in the past because we actually had the capacity in the dryer. We're Jason and Justin Top, and we would highly recommend advanced grain handling for any of your grain dryer needs.
Cost share programs help farmers adopt cover crop practices earlier. That's the finding of a new study from South Dakota State University. Using cost share programs also makes an impact on how long producers use a practice like cover crops. They found that by getting people involved in these practices earlier, it helps them to push the concepts to other producers later. They're also confirming that all the money spent on cost share programs is used effectively.
The early adopters actually play a very important role because their adoption actually helps the later adopters decide whether this will work or not. Even though the scientific studies might show them, okay, this work or not work, but have the peer farmers try it in the first place actually provide the later adopters with a good idea whether it works or not.
The study has been in the works since 2018 and has surveyed 3,000 South Dakota producers about their conservation practice adoption. Diversification is a key part of what helps many farms and ranches survive. In this week's AgWeek cover story, Michael Johnson looks at what makes the Smoothie family successful in central Minnesota and beyond.
The Smoothie family has their hands in a number of ag businesses, including agriculture processing, cattle, and egg construction and sales on their farm near Pierce, Minnesota, and in the Pierce Industrial Park. But they started small.
When I moved here, we had 30 cows that we moved here with. There was 120 acres that we started with.
Tom Smoody has been building his cattle herd for 20 years. He added sunflowers to his farm in 2009 in an effort to have a crop with better drought tolerance to feed his cattle. That led to more diversification.
Originally got started with our sunflower oil because we needed a byproduct in our feed ration for our cattle on our feedlot.
They plan to sell oil for biofuel production, but the marketplace for sunflower seed oil dried up shortly after the Smoothie family began pressing it. Rather than giving up, they switched to food oil. And Caitlin Smoody says the results have been paying off well for the family.
It takes quite a while, but once we got started, we have quickly expanded into something that we are trying to make work and trying to keep growing and trying to expand to all different types of markets.
This plant can press up to 10,000 gallons of oil a week, or about 500,000 gallons of oil per year. The biggest issue is how the oil is processed, which involves a series of cold presses and filters. This process does not involve chemical extraction.
With ours, it's very heart healthy. CentraCare Hospital, even in St. Cloud, their heart unit actually gives our product to their patients.
In addition to their regular oil, they currently have 9 flavor-infused cooking oils. The Smoodies sell their oil in grocery stores across the upper Midwest and on the East Coast, and continue to grow. In Pierce, Minnesota, this is Michael Johnson for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. Ahead on AgweekTV, some people in Minnesota are getting a prescription for a box of healthy food, fresh from local farmers.
Have what it takes to overcome challenges, raise more bushels, and grow a long-lasting legacy? Absolutely. At Peterson, we'll help you reach your potential and maximize returns on every acre.
When it comes to grain storage and handling, Brock Solid Bins from Gateway Building Systems are built for the bushel. Gateway's expert team will help you maximize profits and keep your operation up and running. Gateway is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Don't wait. Expand your operation and plan for your future. Call Gateway Building Systems at 800-747-4499 or visit gatewaybuilding.com today.
The Preg Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at Prairie.com.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
With labor inbound, good help is never hard to find. Power your workforce solution through the H-2A Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. We'll handle the details, so you can focus on bigger things. Find labor inbound at Big Iron.
You work well under pressure, fighting the clock to get your seed in the ground. At Peterson, we've got your back, always. Count on us to deliver what you need, when you need it. Peterson, seed smarter, grow stronger.
What will the month of November bring when it comes to weather? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather Outlook.
Daylight saving time is coming to an end, which means our sunset is about to get a whole lot earlier. Come November 2nd, that first day after the time change, our sunset in Fargo is at 5:09, 5:07 in Grand Forks. Check out some Minnesota towns, though. 4:50 in Duluth and 4:59 in Minneapolis. 4:40 out to the west in Rapid City, but reminder that's in Mountain Time Zone. 5:15 for your sunset on Sunday evening down in Sioux Falls. We actually lose the most amount of daylight throughout the month of October. Watch how this changes here. I'll take you to July, because now we're obviously after the summer solstice, which happens on June 21st, and we lose 50 minutes of daylight for most of North Dakota, northern Minnesota, a little less further off to the south into South Dakota. That's for the month of July. Watch how this rapidly drops as we headed through September and now wrapping up October here, where through the month of October, from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, we've lost anywhere between about 90 to 100 minutes of daylight. Now the rate of loss starts to slow down a little bit. We'll lose 70 minutes throughout November. We'll lose about 10 minutes throughout December. That doesn't necessarily mean that your sunset is getting later. It's just the amount of daylight that we have starts to lose at a slower pace. And then obviously you get to the winter solstice on December 21st, and you slowly start gaining daylight until the next solstice, which eventually rolls around the next June. Now that we're wrapping up October, I thought we could tally up some impressive rainfall tallies. It was a soggy month for a lot of us. Grand Forks picked up over 3 inches of rain throughout the month of October. Fargo a little more than 1.5 inches, about 3/4 of an inch for Aberdeen, and Sioux Falls and Duluth just shy of 1/2 inch. For the Grand Forks area, that is obviously well above normal for the month of October, about 1.3 inches above normal. For a lot of us, that is slightly behind, but we have had quite the soggy and stormy summer, and so we are kind of moisture filled for a lot of spots, not everyone, of course. I did want to give Bismarck kind of a special shout out there. Look at that. 4.18 inches of rain just through the month of October alone. That actually takes us to October 30th is when I can tally that up. That is 2.82 inches above normal for the month of October. And then if we pull up the rankings, the most rain they've ever seen in a month of October, going all the way back into the 1800s, was in 2013, not that long ago. Second rank is in 1982. This month, October 2025, will go down as the third wettest October on record for Bismarck. Big ridge in the jet stream takes over here as we head into the next couple of weeks, which means we're looking at above average temperatures. Now, keep in mind, average is relative and it's obviously changed. So above average no longer means hot. Average here for the next couple of weeks is anywhere between about 40 to 50 degrees, depending on where exactly you live. You can add 5 to 10 degrees to that for what we're looking at for temperatures. And with a big ridge in the jet stream, that tends to keep us a little bit drier. Not ruling out precip chances, but it looks like we hold off on big snowstorms for at least a couple weeks.
I'm Ross Bollingberg, and I suggest working with Advanced Grain Handling out of Mayville, North Dakota.
Ethan Hansen from Blanchard, North Dakota, and I would definitely recommend Advanced Grain.
We're Jason and Justin Topp, and we would highly recommend Advanced Grain Handling.
I'm Brian Hoffman, and I highly recommend using Advanced Grain.
I'm Greg Nelson, and I would recommend Advanced Grain out of Mayville.
I'm Mark Stola with Stola Farms, and I would recommend Advanced Grain Handling Systems.
When you're ready for the next step on your farm, start with Advanced Grain Handling Systems.
With Weber Inbound, good help is never hard to find. Power your workforce solution through the H2A Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. We'll handle the details, so you can focus on bigger things. Find Labor Inbound at Big Iron.
Add more bushels to your hopper and money to your pocket by harnessing the power of air with Crary Wind Systems. Whether your beans are chest high or barely off the ground, Crary offers 2 solutions that add a constant stream of high-velocity air to quickly feed crop back to the auger, eliminating bunching, reducing shatter loss, and increasing your ground speed. Don't let crop conditions dictate your yield. Check out the Crary Air Reel or Crary Wind System today.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Fertilizer bills cutting into your bottom line? With New Age Farming's Mycomax and Bionic, farmers are already saving $50 to $100+ per acre while building bigger root systems that tap nutrients already in your soil and the atmosphere. Less leaching, more water to every plant, and stronger yields across your acres. See how much you can save. Visit farmfungi.com and check out the Pick Your Profit program today.
Some people in southeast Minnesota get their prescriptions filled every week for healthy food. Every Wednesday afternoon for the past 3 months, a steady stream of cars file through a parking lot in Rochester to pick up boxes of farm fresh food. The weekly food distribution is part of the Southeast Minnesota Food Rescue and Olmsted Medical Center's Harvesting Health pilot program. Medical providers recommend patients for the program. The boxes are filled with fresh and shelf-stable foods bought from 8 local regenerative farms. Lisa Schutz, Executive Director of Equity Eats, says the program is an example of a food as medicine model. The pilot phase of this program wraps up this week. Schutz says participation is high in the 12-week program, with 90% of subscribers picking up their food each week. The Bongards milk processing plant in Perham, Minnesota has just completed another expansion, and it's already operating at capacity. The farmer-owned cooperative bought the closed milk processing plant in 2003. They began major improvements in 2012, and construction is expected to continue as new technology and efficiencies come along. They are now at their peak of production at 5.3 million pounds a day in 2025. Their main products are cheese and whey protein powder. The milk comes from members of Bongards Cooperative and about 100 other dairy farmers.
So it didn't take us long to get filled up once we got the project done. And we've really been adding milk that we run every day probably for the last couple of years. As we'd get one area of the project done that would give us a little more capacity, we'd bring on another member that's been waiting to join us. And so we kept the plant as full as it could be all the way through the construction cycle.
The company formed its first farmer-owned cooperative creamery in Bongards, Minnesota in 1908. They now have plants in Perham and Bongards, Minnesota, and one in Humboldt, Tennessee. Up next on AgweekTV, we meet some local FFA stars hoping for a big win at the National FFA Convention.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
When it comes to grain storage and handling, Brock solid bins from Gateway Building Systems are built for the bushel. Gateway's expert team will help you maximize profits and keep your operation up and running. Gateway is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Don't wait. Expand your operation and plan for your future. Call Gateway Building Systems at 800-747-4499 or visit gatewaybuilding.com today.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Are Peterson reps real-life seed heroes? Well, they've been known to go the extra mile, literally thousands of extra miles every year. And when they're not driving gravel roads, they're out walking fields and sampling soil. And when time is the enemy, they're there to save what's left of the day. Are all Peterson reps seed heroes? I guess that's a yes. Peterson, seed smarter, grow stronger.
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
At Vaterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vaterstad, we look forward to growing together.
2 FFA students from the region are up for prestigious awards at the National Convention in Indianapolis. Calden Hipper is a finalist in the American Star in Agriculture Placement, which is awarded to the FFA member with the top agricultural placement SAE in the nation. Hipper's SAE project, spanning over 5 years, has consisted of running a custom and diversified operation alongside his father Eric and grandfather David. His SAE project was using technology to bring the farm family into the future of agriculture.
My advice to the next generation of FFA members is to really go forth and find something that you enjoy and turn it into an SAE project. You may not think you have something when you first start out, but over the course of the next 5 years, it may grow into something large that may be recognized on the national level.
Ben Shurisky is up for one of the premier awards in FFA, the American Star Farmer. It's awarded to the FFA member who demonstrates the top production agriculture SAE in the nation. Shurisky's SAEs have consisted of diversified crop farming and beef cattle. He's grateful for his FFA experience.
FFA has really kind of broadened my horizons and helped me introduce me to things that I wouldn't otherwise have been able to be a part of over the years, I guess. Whether it be going to Indianapolis or different events such as farm business management or agronomy that have kind of opened my eyes to new things and or set me ahead. And it's been a fun journey in FFA, and I definitely look back at it positively.
Shurisky will graduate from North Dakota State University with a degree in agriculture economics and move back to his family farm. The other Star Farmer nominees are Nathan Clark of Kentucky, Brady Fasht of Iowa, and Ryder Clausen of Oklahoma. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and an AgWeek magazine this week. Cargill plans to lay off 80 employees at its headquarters in Minnesota. And Palmer Amaranth has been confirmed in North Dakota's Divide County. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.